Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Uh, this is the new thing, I guess. I'm going to try. Well, I'm not going to try. This is what I do. This is Ouch My 30s, the podcast about the decade no one prepared us for. And moving forward in the new year, as we approach, under God's love, hallelujah, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. I just watched Die Hard with my buddy, and I love the black terrorist and Hans Gruber's team, William Clayton something Jr. I think he was Trevette in Walker, Texas Ranger. Maybe I'll loop him in. Well-known uppity black man. Yeah, I just love his character in Die Hard because it was the '80s black nerd and black nerds in general. And yeah, I guess he was a nerd. Was kind of a elusive thing. You know, we were either, particularly in the '80s, we were either like breakdancing, popping and locking, on a piece of cardboard on a corner, while some white guys like, I don't get it. Yeah, it'd be like some Charlton Heston character. I don't get it. What are they doing? Et tu, Imperator? It's from the Omega Man. But anyway, cool character, and that's why I did a weird voice. Check it out. I hope you guys are having a nice holiday. I hope you guys have been okay. I didn't get this for Christmas, but maybe I did. I just spend a lot of money on bullshit in general these days. But this isn't bullshit. This is an investment in myself. And yeah, what's been going on with me? LA's been good. You know what? Here's what it is. It feels different, and I don't know if it's me in my own journey and just whatever's going on in my life, or if it's the world. And I did a buddy's podcast a couple days ago, and he's like, "Yeah, everyone's completely different." And in a place like LA that was already a strange place as far as human interaction goes, I think the truly post-COVID world has created a new ecosystem of oddity. Um, and yeah, so it's probably the best experience that I've had being in LA, just because like I've got like a semi-permanent place. I've got my shit. I've got my nice bed, my nice pillow. I got my little work desk here. But it's just like, I don't know. Like I go out, I'm just like, that's it. That's all who's here now. So I don't know. I think all the interesting people probably left. And even doing stand up now is like there's just a few like stalwarts hanging out, trying to maintain some semblance of what once was. So anyway, LA's fine. It's warm. I can't complain. Uh, Had a powerful dream about an ex last night. I don't know what it is about my brain. It's like I think it's the same thing that makes me a good writer. I just have powerfully vivid memories of things. It's like burned into my nervous system, which is probably why I'm riddled with anxiety. My ability to perceive and remember is as equally dangerous for unprocessed trauma. I don't know. Been researching a lot of somatic based therapy where like your body stores trauma and tension and all that kind of stuff. So I'm fascinated by that. So yeah, I had a dream about an ex. We were just hanging out. And the thing about this ex is that, I talk about her a lot, and I cared for her deeply. Probably the longest, closest thing to a relationship that I've had. But it's not, and this sounds callous, it's not like her specifically necessarily. It's what it represented at that time in my life. Like this, that I was almost there, like and things were starting to align, and then just like they got fucked up for a couple of logistical reasons in life. But whereas like when I got dumped or like got my heart broken in my 20s, it was so fixated on that person. You know what I mean? It was like, I need this person. This person is the only one that I love in my 20s. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, but life goes on. But like in my 30s, I'm just like, oh, that really would have been convenient. Which again takes the love and romance out of it. And don't get me wrong, again, I was madly enthralled by this woman, but I guess what I've learned is so powerful. Like the walking away from this particular situation was, I got a glimpse of like the type of man that I want to be, but also need to continue doing work in order to be. Like there's shit I need to do in order to become like the fully realized version of myself in a relationship that I would want to be. And like looking at all this sort of like childish, immature pathologies that, and that doesn't mean like stop having fun, but like there's just things that like I look at myself and I'm like, all right, we're getting a little bit long in the tooth for that. So I don't know. It was a beautiful opportunity that I guess I wasn't ready for. But anyhow, yeah, it was, to quote Captain Kirk when he dies, it was fun. It was fun. Anyhow, I'm tired of bitching about girls and love. Forward, onward. There's much to be had in this bleak society that we have now where no one's fun and everyone is an absolute emotional Nazi with each other. You must be exactly this, and if you are not, you are evil. Stay away from me. I need my friends and lovers to be 100% perfect and completely aligned with what I believe and want. Nein, Schleben Unflug. I can't imagine what my neighbors must think right now. Screaming Nazi fucking Hitler impersonations on Christmas Day. Actually, that's quite Nazi-ish, is it? I don't know. I'm taking a sip of some coffee real quick. Hang on. Ooh, sorry. Don't know what that sounded like. What else is going on? Frankly, this is just an experiment, I think. It's Christmas Day. I'm on day 2 of kind of a 2-day hangover, I think. Hypervigilance. I started working on the sequel to How to Manage Your Girlfriend's White Guilt, which is tentatively titled How to Manage Your Girlfriend's White Guilt 2, Death of a Fuckboy. And really, it's a reflection on a lot of my sort of relationships where it's a reflection on the relationships I took for granted, both romantic and female and platonic. A lot of my male buddies, how a lot of those friendships have kind of set sail into posterity. And just kind of and looking at COVID's impact on people and just this hypervigilance and this fear that kind of took over. Hunter S. Thompson, his last book was called Kingdom of Fear. And, it just predicts so much of what's happening right now. And I'm just fascinated how we're now living in this like guarded society where like there's just no room for wanderers and loners and vagabonds anymore. It's like you have to be 100%. Your intent must be fully known and realized before anyone can move forward with you. And it just, which, is like cute to a certain degree, but like it has reduced the ability for there to be spontaneity in our lives. Like we've almost come to hate spontaneity. I have a headache too. So my book is just talking about how I fucked up. But also learned, and that's also, again, that's what this is all about. This is just, learning is often a pain in the ass. Like learning algebra wasn't particularly fun. I guess I needed it. And learning how to be an adult is not fun often. But if you learn the lessons and you accept the lessons and allow yourself to be humbled here and there, I think you can get to a better place. You can get to the place that you want to be at. And we're getting there, I guess. We are getting there. We are getting there. Dead air. Sorry, guys. It's Christmas Day. Come on, this is a bonus episode. Yeah, this is the Patreon. This is the bonus Patreon episode. I must have something in my scrawlings that I could share with you guys. Some female comedian at an open mic the other night. She was talking about like health, and I was like, "Oh, I'm into the health kick. Like, what you got? You got any tips?" She's like, "Yeah, drink your own urine." Fucking Los Angeles, man. Now, look, I'm not an ignorant, closed-minded guy. I'm sure I'm very open to Eastern and non-traditional medicines. I hadn't heard of that particular one, but I said, let's talk. Let me hear you out. And she explained that it had stem cells and DMT in it, and I was just like, wow, urine sounds awesome. And that she like bathes in it and like puts it on her face and shit. And like I've never come close to like vomiting in public by someone else's words, but this legitimately made me sick to my stomach. And it's not an admonishment of anyone who believes in something like that, but um, well, for one, it's not for me. You know, I can already go out on a limb and say that's not for me. I'm gonna try a few more other home remedies before I start ingesting my own urine. That's where I'm at. But it was just like, it was just such an LA moment where it was like, you know, it was like 12 o'clock at night at an open mic attended by 4 other comedians. One of them is telling me to drink my own pee. I'm like, no. Home sweet home LA. Yeah, it's a different type of woman out here. Um, so yeah, and you know, more power to her. More power to her. I support her journey. But yeah, it was cool. Yeah, there was like this Alaskan kid there who people who come from like cities or states that like where nature has precedent, has like dominion over them. Like if you're from like Wyoming or Arizona, where it's just like a desert and hot and dry, or just like Wyoming where it's just like flat and open and you don't see people usually. This kid was from Alaska, and like talking to him was like talking to a fucking like piece of lumber. I was like, hello, I'm giving you some gold anecdotes right here. You're not responding. We were like talking about comedians. He's just like, yeah, like, why'd you leave New York? I was like, fuck New York. Just like rich kids doing comedy now. He's like, what's wrong with that? I was like, oh, fucking God. And I was like, well, you know, they might be able to technically write a joke. They may be able to craft a good joke on a technical level, but what life experiences do they have to talk about other than like, you know, their mommy and daddy's divorce and like, you know, or not getting an audition. Like those are the two polarities. It's like LA comics, half the LA comics in the open mic scene are just talking about like auditions, which is wildly unrelatable to most people outside of Los Angeles. And then New York comics are just like rich kids who don't have any meaningful life experience that I particularly would want to listen to. He's like, so? I was like, well, you asked me what's wrong. All right. Anyway, I'm just, this is such a curmudgeon. I swear to God, I feel like I just want to be the Charles Grodin of stand-up comedy. I'm just a bitter man who just wants to shit on people and have them like it. You understand me? Or pee on them. Yeah. Interesting. How's this new mic, guys? Does this work for you? I mean, is this it or what? How's the dating world going? Online dating, man, now is just like, I mean, you know, that's why, you know, it's just the fucking irony of like being with a girl whom you're like, wow, like this girl really I could see myself hanging out with this girl and hanging out, getting married, being with her. And you're like, nah, I'm gonna see what else is out there. There must be a whole world of opportunities at 36. And there are. I'm sick of being negative. There's gonna be a wonderful woman for me who is ready to accept me in all my esoteric vicissitudes. Vicissitudes? That is not a word. I'm going to figure out what that word is right now because that pisses me off. Is it the headache or is my brain just vermicitude? This is retarded. This is... I have no idea no idea what word I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm going to find a woman to accept me. As I travail this, I'm just using words that aren't real. Travail. Hold on. I have a headache. I'm hungover. Travail. Yeah, exactly. Painful, laborious effort. Exactly. Travail. I know what I'm talking about. Have self-confidence, Duval. As I travail this journey towards being a stand-up comedian and well-respected author. People used to have so much fun, and I see people like giving up and just like retreating, and just, it's safety. I fucking hate safety and predictability, and it's probably because I was raised in such chaos that like anything that is just like calm and normal, I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? We gotta turn this bitch up. Yeah. So yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe we're just like in some sort of eye of the storm or just quiet calm right now. But I hope we just don't. But that's the thing, like people want this order and control. It's it's the classic, people versus the state thinking, where it's like people are willing to sacrifice their personal freedoms in order for safety. And we saw it in 9/11. We saw versions of it. People were like, we quietly were like, oh yeah, you can track all our shit, and as long as you kill these terrorists, that like, hey, wait, where are these terrorists? How come we stopped hearing about them? What happened to terror threat levels? Oh, Patriot Act, okay. And we're doing it again now, and it's like, Hulk just want to be happy. Yeah. So I don't know, guys. This is what it is. Maybe take a look. I'll take a quick look at the news headlines right now, because that's what you guys come here for, right? You guys come here for hard-hitting news. All right, let's take a look at December 25th. Prolonged winter storm. Putin claims Russia's ready to negotiate. Yeah, all right. Migrants, 5 arrested in fatal shooting. God, the fucking man. Go outside and have fun, guys. I don't even care about this shit. I don't care about news. I just want a good life. All right, this has been a weird episode. I didn't really come in with anything particularly exciting to talk about, but I will soon. And this is really just a test, because this is a new. Am I gaining weight back? I lost a lot of weight. Trying to gain some weight back. Okay. This is what it is, guys. Exciting, enthralling rants and personal reflections with Duval George Culpepper. On video. So, subscribe, share, like, comment, do all that fun stuff. And yeah, let's make 2023 the year that Duval monetizes all his creative efforts and can finally live the life that he's been trying to live for a very long time. I'm so salty. I'm just hungover, I guess. I don't want to be salty anymore, guys. I look good, though. I think I look good. Because that's what matters. Okay. Talk later.